start the game from a different standpoint. Play the game strategically. Ask these questions about your business, your product, and your service, and answer them honestly. And if you don't have an answer, let it rest until you can come back and say, hey there, welcome back to another episode. It's Cornell Jermaine. I'm so happy that you chose to join me once again here on the channel. Listen, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do that right now. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything that we have coming up. Listen, today we're talking again in a series about word of mouth marketing. We're talking to our entrepreneurs, business owners, those who are developing a business, product, or service. We're talking to you about how to market your business. 3 things you must have to thrive in business. Listen, we're talking about word of mouth marketing, and we defined it in the last 2 episodes as an informal communication between individuals or a group of individuals about your product, service, or brand. It's an informal conversation about essentially their experience with you and your business. That's what word of mouth marketing is. And if you have not watched the first 2 videos in this series, I encourage you to go back, see those first 2 videos. There is a clip here, but check out, this is video number 1 in the series. This is video number 2. Check them both out, then come back and watch this video so that you can get a full understanding of what it is that I'm sharing when it comes to marketing your business. In this video, I'm gonna go a little deeper into the conversation and talk about what you need in order to thrive in business. And I'm talking about from a marketing standpoint. But before technology, we learned about the best place to buy food and produce from our neighbors, from our grandmothers or whoever, when they went to town and went to the market and they came back and shared with the family where they got that good roast, that good cut of roast from, or where they got those good slab of ribs, or where they got those good pretty greens. You get what I'm saying? They wouldn't share and talk to you about where they got that. And that's how you learn where to go shop. This is where Big Mom bought it. This is where Daddy used to buy his stuff. And now it becomes a part of your culture, your lifestyle. That was before technology. Before technology, we learned where to find the best deal on a car from our uncle who had a buddy that worked down at the local dealership and would hook all the family members up and make sure they got the best deal on their cars. That was before technology. Before technology, we met our significant others by maybe someone in our family or friend group introducing them to a family member or friend that they had that they just knew would be a perfect fit for us. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I got a friend, y'all would be so great together. Y'all like this, y'all like that, and y'all just, I can just see y'all being together. You've been a part of that conversation. You've heard those kind of conversations. And some of you may have found your significant other in that conversation, but that was before technology. And does some of that still exist? Absolutely, it still exists. But on the grand scheme of things, on the bigger perspective, technology now has taken over the conversation of word of mouth marketing. Whether it's finding the best meats or produce, whether it's finding the best deal on a car, whether it's finding your love soulmate, technology is now in the forefront of those conversations. And I want to show you how word of mouth marketing looks like in this day and age, in this technical day, in this digital age. What does word of mouth marketing look like? It looks like likes, thumbs up on Facebook, hearts on Instagram. It looks like shares, retweets on Twitter. It looks like copy. And this is something that I've coined, C.O.P.Y, an acronym, copy, content other people yearn for. This is what word of mouth marketing looks like in this day and age. Now, I want to go through that, and I really want to deal with this term copy, because I know I'm introducing this concept, because this is something that I've developed, and this copy, content other people yearn for, shows up in many aspects. It's really about you wanting to piggyback on a conversation, to add your 2 cents, to imitate something that someone has done. This is what copy other people yearn for. It shows up in many aspects of our life. It shows up on social media as duets on TikTok, where you see that video gotten viral and it's a funny video and now everybody wants to weigh in on it. and they do a duet where they have the original video and then they add their face and video to the conversation and their comments to the conversation. It's the same thing on Instagram, but it's called something else. It's remixes on Instagram. This is that C.O.P.Y, copy, content other people yearn for. And this is word of mouth, because when someone does a duet with your video or someone does a remix with your video, what are they saying? They saying, I endorse this. They say, I like this. They say, I'm interested in this and you should be too. Word of mouth marketing. It shows up in the film industry. I'm still talking about this copy. We're talking about word of mouth marketing, but I'm leaning in on the concept of this copy, content other people yearn for. It shows up in the film industry. It showed up in the 1990s when the Wayans brothers wrote, directed, and starred in a film that highlighted the theme of 5 classic 1990 films. That film was Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood. And when I tell you, this is just a side note, it is one of the funniest parodies I've ever seen. The Wayans brothers know comedy, they know production, and they do it well. But this Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood was a parody. And when we're talking about a parody, we're talking about talented individuals spinning, taking a popular classic like what was featured in this film, the classics like Boys in the Hood, Juice, Higher Learning, Don't Be a Menace to Society. There was another one that they used in this development of this film. It was based on 5 different films, but they wanted to take some of the classic moments in these 5 films and make them comedic, put a spin on them. That's what you do with a parody. What are they doing? This is copy. This is before social media, right? This is copy, content other people yearn for. They are not only taking this content and putting their spin on it, but what they're really doing indirectly is endorsing these videos. They're sharing with other individuals, with their audience, how well they like it, how well they received it, and what they saw creatively within the content of these films. That's copy. That's somebody's word of mouth pushing the message of your content while endorsing it with their comments, etc. It shows up in the music industry. Copy. It showed up in the 1990s again. I just love the 1990s. I love the era of music and film, but especially music. But it showed up in the 1990s with Notorious B.I.G., Biggie, when he took a classic spin on Diana Ross's hit song, I'm Coming Out. I'm coming, the boom boom out, the boom 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 boom. If you heard that intro, I just love that. But I love both versions. He saw something in that song, whoever the producers, whether it be him or whoever produced it, they saw something in that song that could support what they were doing. And because it was copy that other people yearned for, not only the public, they yearned for it as artists. So it's not just about you piggybacking and tapping into something that is viral, where, oh, everybody loves it, I want to get a piece of it. No, it's about you expressing to your audience what has impacted you, the content that has impacted your life, your business, your creative flow. It shows up. We're talking about copy, content other people yearn for. It shows up every day when we go out to the store, when we have an experience, when we take a selfie at the local restaurant, standing in front of the marquee and post it on Instagram. It's us validating this restaurant, this experience, whatever it may be, whether it's a meal, whether it's an outfit, whatever the case may be. It's us validating, endorsing, spreading the word about this product, service, brand, experience. Word of mouth marketing in the digital age. What's required for your content to be content other people yearn for? What's required for this idea of content? There are 3 elements that are necessary when it comes to creating copy, content other people yearn for. The first thing is relevance. The second thing is resonance. And the third thing is relatability. These are 3 questions that you must answer as a business owner if you're developing a product, a service, whatever it may be. Are others talking about it? Is it relevant? If nobody's talking about what it is that you're trying to do, if there's not somebody in the space already having a conversation, chances are it's not something that people will want. The second question you have to ask yourself is, can others find meaning in it? Will it resonate with them? Will they be able to find a place of value in them for what it is that you're producing? Now, this goes beyond just your content. I'm not just talking about creating content for social media. I'm talking about creating a brand, a business, a service that people want to talk about. That's what this idea of copy is. That's the second question. Can others find meaning in it? Does it resonate? The third question that you must ask, can others see themselves in it? This is relatability. Can they relate to what it is that you're serving them? Can they relate to the product that you're giving them? Here's what those same questions sound like coming from your consumers. And I want you to hear it from the consumer standpoint so you can really hear what people are saying or asking of you as a business owner. Now, we talked about the three questions being, are others talking about it? That's relevance. Here's what that question sounds like from your customer. Can I trust you to be current? Can I trust you to be current in the information, in the products, in the services that you're offering? That second question, can others find meaning in it? Does it resonate with them? Here's what that same question sounds like from your consumer. Can I trust you to connect with me deeply? So is this just transactional, where I give you money and you give me a good and I'm done? Or are you willing to understand me as a customer? Are you willing to understand me as an individual so that you understand my buying practices, how I show up in the market and what it is that I really need for my life? The third question, can others see themselves in it? Is it relatable? Here's what that same question sounds like from your consumers. Can I trust you to see, hear, and understand me? Is it all about what you have to give, what you have to offer, and how you're gonna do what you do? Or do you really see and hear me and what it is that I need? And can I trust you to be honest, to say, I can't serve you in that way. I don't have the capacity for you in that way. This is not the best product for you. Let me refer you. All of these things are questions that your customers have in mind before they show up. And granted, these are not things that they're gonna ask you. They're not gonna stand in line and get to the counter and ask you, hey, are you current in your information when it comes to this product? Are you gonna connect with me as a customer so that I can be a long-standing customer with your business? Do you see and hear and understand me and what it is that I need? They're not gonna ask you that, but these are questions that they're gonna have in the back of their mind. If you are ahead of the game and answer these questions for them, you have now changed the game when it comes to their experience with businesses, because most people don't even have these questions in mind. They're just gonna create something, make something, do it, get it done, serve it, and hope people love it. Start the game from a different standpoint. Play the game strategically. Ask these questions about your business, your product, and your service, and answer them honestly. And if you don't have an answer, let it rest until you can come back and say, okay, this is how I want to do it. This is how I want to serve. This is how I want to be relevant. This is how I want to resonate with my clients. This is how I want to be relatable when it comes to my business. When you answer yes to all these questions, not only will people like, share, and copy that content other people yearn for, copy you, and I use that word as a double entendre. So it means not only creating content other people yearn for, but it's also, and when I say content, I'm not just talking about videos and social media posts, I'm talking about creating services and products that other people yearn for. But creating content that other people yearn for is also a double entendre. It means to imitate, to duplicate. Are people trying to imitate you? You see so many fake Louis Vuitton and fake Gucci bags and fake this, fake designer that. Why? Because somebody understands that this is stuff that people are yearning for. And I want to see if I can make money off of it too. So I'm gonna create the same thing, but it's a knockoff.
It's fake.
A duplicate, an imitation of the brand, business, or product. Most times people take that as a slight. They feel like when someone tries to imitate them, it's an issue that they should have a problem with. But really, it's a compliment. It's the best form of flattery, because what they're saying to you is, you got something people want. And if you lean into that, now you can be exceptional in what you do. When it comes to word of mouth marketing, this conversation of marketing your business, these questions are gonna have to be answered at some point. Either you're gonna answer them at the front end or you're gonna answer them at the back end. I suggest answering them at the front end so that by the time you get to where you're going, you're clear about what it is that you're doing and what you're serving and how it's gonna help. Here's a secret. If you focus on relevance Now, we talked about relevance, resonance, and relatability being the three factors that create products, businesses, and services that people want to talk about. But here's the secret. If you focus on relevance alone, relevance, what is relevance? Relevance is being current, being tapped in, making sure that what you're doing, what you're serving is something that is relevant to the times or in tune with the times that you're in. If you focus on relevance, resonance, and relatability are automatic. They're automatic. Because in order for me to be relevant with what it is that I serve, I've got to find out where people are having issues. What is hitting people in the gut when it comes to the businesses and the services that I offer? How are people relating? Why are they upset about it? What makes them angry about their experiences with the local restaurant? And how do I want to serve them better? You have to resonate with them. You have to tap into the emotion of the situation. In order for you to find relevance, you have to relate. You have to be able to put yourself in their shoes and say, oh, I see why they gave them negative stars on Google. I see why they're complaining on Google about this restaurant. Because if that happened to me, I would do the same thing. You have to relate. And if you are relevant with what it is that you're serving, you're automatically going to resonate and you're going to relate with who you're called to serve. Listen, consultant and learning technologist Clive Shepard said it this way, and I want to leave you with this quote. He said, the number one factor in engagement is relevance, because relevance drives out resistance. If you want to build a business, product, or service that people are not resistant to, find relevance. Find relevance in your audience and what it is that you have to offer them. That's my show for you today, guys. Cornell Jermaine here. Listen, if you like this, if you found relevance, if you found that this content was relevant, relatable, and resonated with you in any way, listen, like it, share it with a friend, and please, by all means, subscribe to the channel because we got some good stuff coming, and we're going to get even more relevant and relatable and resonate with you even more on the channel. So subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a beat, and I'll see you right here, same place, same time next week. Take care.